Hello, hi people, how you doing? This is Tom, and welcome back to the INFJ experience. And I'm just taking a stroll out here. I thought I'd go on location. We're always talking about solitude and how we like the solitude, and well, I kind of got it, but is it truly solitude if I'm talking into a camera out in the middle of the woods? I don't know. Well, anyway, I had an interesting thought, and this is why I like the woods and why I like to be out here. My thought is deep. Let me see if I can explain this. Maybe your mind thinks this way. But as we know, you're out in the woods. You have the element of the sunshine. I can see through the trees. And the trees are here, green, lush as they are. We know that the photosynthesis is being absorbed by the sun, okay? And it's turned into nourishment for the trees. And of course, it's always a perpetually renewing seasonal thing where they basically shed their leaves and they turn back into topsoil and renew themselves. But I have an interesting thought. Because of that, it's just light. Light is the only thing that actually is nourishing. And so the dimension, the actual physical body of these trees are nothing more than light and water. Is the actual protein, is the actual sustenance of what they are. And being that we eat vegetables and things like that, they're consuming almost the light from the sun in a way through the trees, through the photosynthesis, through the plants that we eat, through the fruit that they bear. So this actually opens up huge questions for me. And this is the way my mind thinks, and this is why sometimes you need your mind to wander in solitude, is because we're always trying to seek out these informations. And this is just information about life. But I guess there's questions, and it's up to us just to see it for what it is and question it for what it is and just kind of compute what it is in the moment. And so I guess this is something I've been thinking as a kid. In 500 years, every 500 years, everything that falls, all the cycle turns to topsoil. 500 years. Now, that's 1,000 years for 2 inches. So you multiply that by millions of years. And is that the reason why dinosaurs are so deep in the earth? I don't know. Stupid little questions like that happen. I guess that's part of intuition and how it works, and that's how you piece together the questions. But it gets kind of deep in how some of these realizations happen. Now, this is the best way to put it into English. Just put it into some kind of text as to how the mind goes. And but to answer the question about the photosynthesis, yes, I mean, if all animals, which is all part of the food chain, and they all start from eating plants, and of course, smaller animals eat the plants, bigger animals eat the animals, the prey animals, and the predators eat the prey, and etc. We know that there's a food chain. Well, humans are all in the food chain, but it all is stemming from the sun. The sun is what ultimately nourishes us. The sun is what ultimately has sustained us all along. It's like that is the grandness. I mean, just feeling the sunlight on it, when you really think of the depth of it, that's where it all came from. See, now my mind just pieced that together. It just kind of shot the whole thing. But again, these are things I've been thinking about for a long time. And that's what always happens when I take walks in the woods, is I look around at nature. That's how my mind pieces things together. How does it help us in the long run? Well, it actually, what translates into the physical, the absolute, this sensory world, I guess you could say. There's also a mirror into the spiritual world. I guess this is my point, is that there's a mirror that reflects back into our spirit. So if nature works this way in the physical, then it's doing also that in the spiritual. So there's a spiritual light that is an almighty light that's always perpetually shining, and it's reaching and it's nourishing our souls, and it's always perpetually feeding our mind and our intuition, our insights. in order to have a better understanding of our life and understanding meanings of life, things like that. I guess that's part of what it is. It just gets deep in that way. And I mean, if you can understand what I'm saying, I mean, maybe you do. But we all have our own mind, and I'm sure each and every one of us, especially the introverted intuitives, INFJs, I'm sure each and every one of us has the ability to let our minds roam, and that's why we have a deep and rich inner world. Is because, I mean, that was just in a few words trying to explain what's going on in my mind. Just a couple of phrases that I could come up with as to the depth of our mind. But that's what it is. There's an essence of life to be learned there. And being that we are the most highly evolved spiritual creature on earth, we are a spiritual being. I think we're separated from the animals in that regard. Yeah, and when we get out of the clouding of everyday life, of just the hustle and bustle of the loudness of the world, the excitement of everything around us, and when we quiet down and just take a walk in nature, these are the things we're really supposed to find out. And a lot of times, they're just mind-blowing how deep our mind can go, and just calculating those thoughts and trying to translating it into our everyday life. Well, anyway, people, I was really just trying to look for inspiration. I wanted something to put into this channel.